All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about day 2 of the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. And also, let's get a shout out to the late night audience because I am looking at the time and it is 12:33 in the morning, meaning this video is probably not going to hit the streets till at least 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I wanted to get down here and talk about the Steelers because it's what I do. So, obviously, day 2 of training camp. It's a bit similar to how it was yesterday with Russell Wilson missing some time due to his calf injury. I have a video up here now of him kind of explaining the situation, so I'm going to let that play. And then we have some footage, we have some Justin Fields throws, we have some defensive plays. So I'm going to start it out with this Russell Wilson video to see what he has to say about this injury, because I'm not going to lie. 2 days into training camp, day 1 he's not there, day 2 he's not there. It's a little sus, so let's see what he has to say.
You know, and just listen to coach and also the doctors and all that. So yeah, I feel good today, and it was good to throw some today and all that and do all that stuff.
Take us through yesterday. How did it happen?
Oh my God, look at all these people.
What'd you feel?
Yeah, you know, we were doing a sled push thing and just got a little tweaked it a little bit. So
why in the hell?
You know,
all right, I'm gonna pause it here just because this is my first time seeing this too, by the way, guys. Like I got home, I loaded up the Twitter trying to catch up with the day because I was at work, and so this is my first time seeing this too. My first question is, why the hell is our starting quarterback pushing a fucking sled in, what month is it? In July. Listen, man, save this sled pushing for December. Save this for the reindeer. Russell Wilson, bro, you do not need to be pushing any sleds, especially when you're the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, man. And so we can see, I mean, the guy, he's been out. I don't know what the hell happened to his calf, but I hope it gets fixed soon. I'll let him finish
hard, and sometimes things happen, but the good news is that I feel good, and we'll get there in time. And the good thing is I'm getting a lot of the mental reps and throwing stuff.
Getting a lot of mental reps.
And the post practice and all that as well.
So Russell Wilson, I mean, he's still able to get the mental reps. At least he is out there with the team. I believe yesterday he was like in shorts and like nowhere close to a uniform. Today he had on some football pants. Today, I don't think he had cleats on, but he probably had shoes. But like you can see also too, he has like the jersey, he has the hat. Today he was a little bit more involved, which should be a good sign for the Russell Wilson fans out there. I'm low-key a Russell Wilson fan, but we'll talk about it in a second here with the whole Justin Fields situation. It is pretty cool that like we can lose Russell Wilson for a day or two, and it's not like random quarterback X who never has a chance to play for the Steelers and we're all going to be sad if he plays like is the guy warming up. You know what I'm saying? No, it's Justin Fields. And like I said, I have a throw up here. I might as well put it on the screen now because like this throw to Pickens and this catch by Pickens is absolutely insane, bro. So like you see he's going to go up and just snag it, bro. And Justin Fields, like absolute dime, absolute bomb, absolute fucking Hail Mary pretty much over 2 defenders by George Pickens. This guy, he's so talented. We talked about it last night about how we kind of got into it with our wide receivers coach. And George Pickens, maybe, you know, like maybe he's always in the news for the wrong reasons. Maybe, you know, he's not as committed. He's not as locked in as like one would like him to be, as Steelers fans would like him to be. But the talent is there, man. And what it like we are so good at finding wide receivers, man. We will always find talented wide receivers. And George Pickens is just another example of that. And this guy, once again, I'm gonna play it one more time. This guy is just able to rise. He's just able to go and snag it from Justin Fields. And Russell Wilson, we just talked about how, you know, he's hurt because he was pushing a sled like a reindeer or some shit like that. But Justin Fields, he is making the absolute most of this opportunity. And what he can bring for our offense, what he can do for our team compared to Russell Wilson, because of course Russell Wilson can still kind of move. Of course Russell Wilson is still a mobile quarterback in some ways. But Justin Fields, he just absolutely takes the cake when it comes to that. Like this guy has made jokes, he like has jokes on him about how he's a running back, about how, you know, he can't throw at all and all he can do is run. If Justin Fields can throw decently, if he can run the way he ran in Chicago and then couple that with some better throws, especially to George Pickens, especially to big Van Jefferson, especially to big Calvin Austin, especially to big Pat Freiermuth, who, by the way, we talked about it yesterday. Today he shined again. Today he is all over the field again. Today the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just how I'm feeling right now when I see all these clips, when I see all these plays happening. And, you know, like I said, Justin Fields, he has a tremendous opportunity now. Like we talked about Russell Wilson having a tremendous opportunity to change his narrative. Right now, Justin Fields, man, he's going to make it real hard on the Pittsburgh Steelers if he continues to hoop. Because I think, you know, Russell Wilson is going to be the guy regardless. Like even if somehow, some way, this fucking this broken calf or whatever, this pulled hamstring because he was pushing a sled, even if it does keep him out for an extended amount of time, it would be really hard for me to believe that like Justin Fields actually does get to start over Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson sits the bench and like he's healthy. You know what I mean? Because when we look back, and this is funny, I'm literally just thinking about this now, but remember everybody's favorite quarterback, aka only my favorite quarterback, Kenny Pickett. When he was on the team, it was like, oh, Russ is here, I'm never gonna get to play, trade me, right? And then the very first day of training camp, this dude Russell Wilson is not there. The second day he is not there. And so if Kenny would have just, chilled out, if he would have just relaxed for a second, this dude would literally be running with the ones right now. And maybe, just maybe, he'd show some life. He'd show some signs that, he could be the Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback. How is it going in Philly for him? I have no idea. How is it going for the Steelers? We're ready to win a Super Bowl, bro. And Justin Fields, he's having a career revival. And that hasn't always been positive. It's not all positive because, of course, we have the highest paid defense in the league. Of course, we have studs all over the defensive line. We have studs all over the defense. And here's another play right here from cornerback Dante Jackson, who we got in the Deontay Johnson trade. This is somebody who, I was definitely sleeping on a little bit. I was definitely, not really the most in on him because, one, I just really like Deontay Johnson. I always thought Deontay was hella underrated. I always thought this guy was somebody who, took more criticism than he got positivity for his ability, right? And then we go out and get Dante Jackson for him. But if you look at Dante Jackson and man coverage right now, bro, that is George Pickens right now, and he is locking him up one-on-one. And, I guess it could have been a better throw, I guess, out of Justin Fields, but it's more about the play. It's more about the sticking to him. It's more about the just lockdown coverage out of Dante Jackson. And how many times have we talked about our lacking cornerback room? How many times have we talked about us needing to get cornerback X, cornerback Y, cornerback Z, cornerback B, when in reality, we already have Dante Jackson. We already have Joey Porter Jr. We already have so many people on these defense. And also, too, live on the fly watching this big Broderick Jones locking down TJ Watt, man. You already know that is our starting left tackle, Broderick Jones, right there. No more Dan Moore. I hope that's Troy Fatanu on that right side. I can't see. Maybe is that Dan Moore? Oh, no, that's Darnell Washington over. Oh, my goodness. If I see 65, I think I do see 65 out there, man. Shout out to Dan Moore. This guy, he just can never, Dan Moore literally cannot stay on the bench, bro. This guy is allergic to the bench. So it is what it is. But really, the focus of this was on Dante Jackson because this was an absolute sick play. This was an absolute lockdown coverage. You see Minkah Fitzpatrick down there, too. Also, a Chase Claypool jersey out in the wild. Did you guys see that? Shout out to Chase Claypool. I wonder how it's going for him in Buffalo, I believe. I think he's in Buffalo right now. But yeah, shout out to Chase Claypool, shout out to Dante Jackson, shout out to Minkah, and shout out to George Pickens for almost getting that catch. But as we saw earlier, George Pickens, he made this play. So, I guess, it's a give and a take. You can't make every play. You can't moss everybody. We remember last year when he had that crazy catch on Joey Porter Jr. It can't always be that. Sometimes you're just going to get locked down by Mr. Dante Jackson, newest Pittsburgh Steeler. And I see this, man, and I just, once again, I am just so excited. I am so ready for this season. You also see Patrick Queen out there doing his thing, number 6. Yeah, to wear number 6 on the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is the randomest of subtopics, okay? The randomest of points to prove, to pull. But I've talked about this a little bit, but once Patrick Queen signed with the Baltimore Ravens, all of a sudden this dude wasn't a pro football player anymore, man. All of a sudden this dude was just ass and trash, and the Ravens carried him and this and that. Do you know how good you have to be for you to be a Pittsburgh Steeler on defense and get a single digit? That is crazy. And Patrick Queen is out there in the number 6. It's so recognizable because he's the only one on the defense with a single number. You know what I mean? That's how good of a player he is. I believe the NFL called him the 64th best player in the NFL, which, 32 plus 32, what's that, 64? That, you know what I'm saying? He's right there. This dude is top. He's damn near in the top 50%. So, Patrick Queen, it was a W signing. And don't listen to Ravens fans. Don't listen to other people who are talking about, oh, Patrick Queen isn't this, Patrick Queen isn't that. Patrick Queen is a stud. He is a star. And like I said, just to add it on to the defense, the defense has been absolutely flying around. But when we see Justin Fields stepping up, when we see our wide receivers who we've had so much slander, so much criticism for stepping up, it's just a beautiful sight to see. And speaking of the wide receivers, speaking of the whole story that just will never stop, Omar Khan today talked about how, there is no fuel to the fire with a wide receiver trade. There is no interest of okay, we're going to go out and get wide receiver. He just put it to bed and said he's happy with who we have here. However, I believe Omar Khan to be, full of shit on that point. I believe him to be full of shit. Now, maybe we do just roll into the season with the receivers we have. And I'm ready to defend us with the receivers we have against any other team in the NFL because that's just how I feel about the Steelers right now. But when we see Justin Fields play, when we see how good this defense can be, and maybe Russell Wilson, when he actually does show up out there, when he's actually healthy enough to play, maybe we'll look even better on offense. But like when you see this team, when you see the way the defense comes together, it is time to really go all in, man. Like I swear to God, we can actually win a Super Bowl this year if we just bite the trigger, if we bite the bullet, and we just go out and do it. Like the next year, who's to say next year we won't have Russ or we won't have Justin Fields? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like next year is completely out in the open. This year is next year. You know what I mean? Like there is no tomorrow. I said that earlier. Like I said that 2-3 videos ago, but like there is no tomorrow. We really should go out and get a wide receiver if a wide receiver is available, especially if we can keep our first round pick for one of these guys. Like if we can get a Brandon Ayuk, if we can get a wide receiver X, wide receiver Z, like if we can get one of these guys and keep our first round pick, there is no reason for us to not do it. The only thing I can think of, and it's been brought up before, of like, okay, we're going to have to pay a quarterback eventually, right? Of course, we're going to have to pay a quarterback eventually. But this season, like I keep fucking saying, and people are missing the point, man. People are absolutely missing the point. If we get a ring this season, who cares about the future? Who cares about what we're going to do next season, the year after that, the year after that? I haven't seen us win a Super Bowl since I was like 7 years old. I haven't seen us play in a Super Bowl since I was like 10 to 12 years old, man. I forget when we played the Packers. It was like 2012 or some shit like that. It's been so long, and I've seen so many variations. I've seen so many different players on this team. I've seen this, I've seen that, and it's just frustrating me. It's tiring to me. So yeah, if we can go out and get a wide receiver for relatively cheap, or even, fuck it, not even cheap. If we can just go, if one is available, we should go out and get it. And that's just my feelings on it. But, you know, if we don't, I'm still going to ride with the team. I'm still going to believe we can win a Super Bowl, especially once again, I'm going to play this play one more fucking time, bro, for the people in the back, for the people who are sleeping, for the people who click on the video and just go absolutely insane to 8 minutes in because they can't stand to hear the intro, because they don't want to hear the shout out to the people who have subscribed already. Like, just because they want to skip that, I'm going to play this play again. I'm going to play it over and over because I love Justin Fields on the Steelers and I love George Pickens on the Steelers. And like I said, this is only day 2, man. Like we literally, like the only thing I can really think of right now that I haven't talked about is the emergence of our slot cornerback. And we already talked about how Dante Jackson is playing well, but Beanie Bishop in the slot, like he's absolutely killing it right now. And like, that's what I'm saying. That's another reason for us to be excited, because like we just damn near have every piece on lock and nobody knows it yet. We're constantly getting slept on. We're constantly being underrated. We're constantly, you know, not looked at as one of the better teams. And that's cool. You know, you guys have me. I will let you guys know that we are one of the better teams in the league, because, you know, it is true. I will always tell the truth on this channel, and that is the truth. You can take that to the bank. We're, you know, maybe we actually won't win the Super Bowl. You know, I will be honest. I'll take away my bias. Maybe we won't actually win the Super Bowl, but we are definitely going to be a formidable team if, you know, health is with us. You know, we already have Russell Wilson out. If people start getting hurt, you know, it is what it is. You can't really do much with that. But if we stay healthy, if Arthur Smith is allowed to cook, if George Pickens is making plays like this, and Justin Fields and or Russell Wilson is making throws like this, we are going to win the Super Bowl. So, you know, take that for what you will. Anyways, I've been yapping for a little bit. It's 12:45. I'm thinking about it. If I'm going to upload this video, I should probably get to going. I don't know if they are going to play tomorrow because it's the weekend, and it's like, you know, if I don't have to go to work on the weekend, do people have to play NFL football on the weekend? You know, if I don't have to work tomorrow, do they have to work tomorrow? I don't know. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if they're actually, you know, going to play tomorrow, and I'll have stuff to talk about. Otherwise, let me know what you guys are thinking about this training camp process so far. And yeah, I'm super excited to watch this team win a Super Bowl. So anyways, this has been Zaya from the Steelers, or Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Like I said, we're pushing 1,000 subscribers, man. We're at 680. We're pushing 700. So shout out to all of you guys once again. I really appreciate it. But yeah, see you in the next video. Go Steelers.